Leo, hello. Welcome to your January 2021 Oracle and Tarot reading. My name is Tessa, and this is Tessa's Tarot. So before I jump into the reading, I just want to let you guys know that I am doing things a little bit differently. I'm going to be doing these readings based on your Ascendant. So if you are a Leo Sun or a Leo Moon, you are definitely more than welcome to stick around and watch this video. You might find some interesting information. Some things might resonate, other things might not. But I would definitely check out your Ascendant sign, okay? And I did leave a link in the description box below just in case you don't know what your Ascendant is, so you can pull up your birth chart for free and it'll give you a list of all of your planetary placements and what sign is attached to it. The reason why I'm doing the Ascendant is because I'm going to be following the natal chart based on our Ascendant signs. So that way it allows for a little bit more clarity in reference to what parts of your life, the planetary energies and the transits that are taking place right now in our solar system, what area of your life those transits are affecting, and where that energy is manifesting itself. I am going to be incorporating astrology, so basically, like, I'm going to kind of give you a rundown of all the different things that are going on in January in 2021 as far as the planetary positions and the transits and what area of your life it's that energy is falling into. I'm not going to get into the details of it. I'm just kind of going to give you a reference point of what is happening, and then we're going to dive into Oracle and Tarot and focus in more on the specific energy that's calling to your attention, okay? So the Oracle and the Tarot is going to dive a little bit deeper into some of those energies depending on the cards that show up. So it might not, you might need more attention in this area of your life or this area of your life, or there could be a message for you in regards to something very specific, okay? So when we're looking at some of the bigger energies that are taking place, the bigger energies taking place is going to be Capricorn energy and Aquarius energy. Currently, we're in Capricorn season. Sun is in Capricorn. Mercury is in Capricorn. Venus is going to be in Capricorn like next week. Okay, so there's a lot of heavy Capricorn energies, okay? And this is transiting your 6th house of daily routines, job atmosphere, your overall health, and just the the details of everyday life, okay? So you could feel that, energy a lot in that area of your life. And then with Aquarius is the other big energy that's happening right now. Jupiter and Saturn are conjunct in Aquarius right now, and this is taking place in your 7th house of relationships, partnerships, and overall balance, the balance that you have within yourself and the balance that you create with the people that are around you. Okay, but when we pull the Oracle and Tarot cards, that it might pull up different areas of your life, so that's where Tarot is really nice and really helpful, because it kind of allows some more subconscious and unconscious things to come up that we weren't even completely aware of. Okay, so with that being said, I'm just kind of going to run down the list. Currently, in this moment in time, we're still in December. I'm making this video at the end of December, okay? So you might watch this video a week from now, and that's totally fine. Currently, we have the Sun in Capricorn in your 6th house. We do have a full moon right now in Cancer in your 12th house of spirituality, isolation. So you could be feeling like you could be in your feels a little bit more right now. You could be a little bit more reflective. You're reflecting maybe on some things from your past. Maybe you're reflecting on your emotions. Mercury is in Capricorn in your 6th house. Venus is currently in Sagittarius in your 5th house of creativity, children, and romance. So there could be some kind of romantic energy right now as well. A little bit of just kind of like that love feeling. Let's see, Mars is in Aries in your 9th house of long distance travel, higher learning, and philosophy. Jupiter and Saturn are conjunct in Aquarius in your 7th house. Uranus is retrograde in Taurus in your 10th house of work, career, social status, and authority figures. So Probably lots of changes in that department. Maybe not on a personal level, but lots of changes, maybe like with your job, like within their company. You know what I'm saying? Like there might be a lot of changes going on with the job that you're at. Neptune is currently in its home sign of Pisces in your 8th house of the unconscious, sex, death, rebirth, and transformation. Pluto is in Capricorn in your 6th house, so that is current. And then as we get into January, on January 6th, Mars is going to enter Taurus in your 10th house. So there could be around this time a little extra surge of energy when it comes to your job, when it comes to your work. Maybe things pick up a little bit. Maybe, you know, there could be like a need to really like kind of take charge. On January 8th, we have Mercury going into Aquarius in your 7th house. So if there is an interest, because your 7th house is ruled by Aquarius, you might approach relationships with a more social dynamic. You want to be in bigger social groups when you like really like somebody or when you have your eye on somebody. You could, you know, there could be a desire to kind of communicate in reference to getting together with a group of people. And then also January 8th, Venus is entering Capricorn in your 6th house of daily routines. Just kind of like enjoying, you know, finding enjoyment and pleasure in the daily aspects of your life. Okay, on January 13th, there's going to be a new moon in Capricorn in your 6th house. So new ideas, new intentions that you want to set for your daily life. You know, maybe you want to get on a certain schedule. Maybe you want to get certain things on track so you have a routine for it. January 14th, Uranus is going to go direct in Taurus. Things might start to, you know, things might actually seem more smooth with Uranus being retrograde. Once Uranus goes direct, that's kind of when things might start to feel like something is changing in the atmosphere. Okay, and then January 19th, the sun is going to enter Aquarius in your 7th house. So the light is really kind of going to start to shine in this area of your life, in the social dynamics, in your closer relationships. You know, maybe like what you like, what you don't like, especially in regards to people that you're closer to. January 28th, there's going to be a full moon in your sign, full moon in Leo in your 1st house. So this is going to be a very kind of important little moment for you, especially if you want to manifest something, if you want to set some intentions for February, if you have some ideas, if you have some creative projects that you want to get started, this could be a really good time to do that, January 28th. And then January 30th, we have Mercury retrograde in Aquarius in your 7th house. Possibly just a little bit of setbacks in terms of communication with partners or significant others or close friendships, or in reference to social circles, okay? But we're not going to talk too much about the Mercury retrograde right now. I might touch on that a little bit more in the mid-January reading. So that's what we have going on for January, and now we're going to do the Oracle and Tarot reading. I'm going to start with Oracle. I am using the Enchanted Map Oracle and Modern Spellcaster's Tarot, okay? So we have Spirit of Place, okay? So Libra also got this card, Spirit of Place. This is really about kind of like, you know, because these bigger transits, the Capricorn energy, the Aquarius energy, because this is happening in your 6th house of daily routines, daily activities, your health, and Aquarius energy is happening in like your closer relationships, whether it's a partnership or closer friendships or just kind of like a more close social dynamic. The Spirit of Place could really be talking about you kind of like allowing yourself to soak in a certain situation that you might be in right now, okay? So if you are like living with roommates, or if you are, you know, if you are in a, I feel like this has a lot to do with your home, but it could also have to do with work. It's kind of like tapping into the energy. It's kind of like allowing yourself to be inspired by the energy around you. It's kind of like allowing yourself to really be in the flow with your daily routines, and understanding how to kind of get into the rhythm and into the spirit and into the vibe of your work, of your home, and just kind of, with the new year coming, all the intentions that you have set for the new year, playing it out on a daily basis, and contributing your energy to the vibe of your surroundings, okay? So that's very much how I see this Spirit of Place card. It's very much about like how you want to contribute your energy to the surroundings, and tie and like kind of like weave in your own creative manifestations with the place that's around you in a way that's very rhythmic, in a way that's very, maybe it's not like over the top, but it's not quiet, it just kind of flows really nicely. It's like allowing yourself to become inspired by your environment, and in return, you inspire the environment. Okay, and then we have Dragon's Lair. This is like interesting. To be honest with you, I kind of want to pull out the book and just see what it says, because that's just my instinct right now. I really want to see what the book says, Dragon's Lair, because I see this as a home with like a lot of people. You're always protected and divinely directed. You have a remarkable internal warning system that lets you know when things are out of alignment. You're about to enter dangerous territory, so tread carefully and be aware of your surroundings. The path you're on now is one that will challenge you to the core. That said, peril is also exciting and exhilarating, like the danger you feel before you enter a new relationship, knowing that you'll be changed forever. A life lived fully isn't lived only in safety. A new experience is calling to you, one that will test your courage. The choice is yours, but there is greater value in risk-taking than remaining unchallenged. New territories are waiting to be discovered. That's really interesting. So, okay, so this could definitely be tied to tapping into the energy of a certain place, okay? Now, I know that sounded really dramatic, what I just read from the book, like entering dangerous territory, but it's really, I feel it's really about like being open to changes, especially if you are going, like when you don't really know what to expect, or if you are going to be surrounded by people and you don't even really know 100% who they are. I also kind of see this as this big change, like stepping into a new world. Like if you're moving to a new state, if you're moving into a new home, if you're if there's a big change, drastic change that's happening in your life, it's always going to be a little like maybe like a little scary, or it's always going to be a little like you don't really know how things are going to go. You might be tempted, maybe not everybody in this where you're going is going to have the best intentions, and it's just it's just kind of like a test of character. It's more about using your intuition to kind of feel the energy around you, and to just kind of like just tap into it so you can know what's going on around you. So you're not like naive, so you just are more aware of your surroundings. Okay. And then we have Sacred Pool. Sacred Pool. So at first I thought like take a bath, but it's kind of like you're always able to retreat. You're always able to go back to yourself. okay? And like meditate and reflect. Maybe this like home that you're living in or this place that you're moving to, there could be like some chaos there. There could be some drama. It could be a little wild. Things might get a little chaotic, you know, maybe like, and you know, I think it's just asking you to kind of tap in a little bit more to the energy that's going on there, so you are better prepared and better able to take care of yourself, okay? And you're better able to just kind of like know when it's time to retreat and meditate and just kind of be alone, but also to maybe like even allow yourself like there's a way to be part of your environment and to be inspired by your environment, but not partake in all the activities of the environment, okay? Like completely random example, okay? Totally random example. Has nothing to do with the reading, but let's say like you go to a party or something like that and there's like a bunch of drugs there or something like that. It's kind of like, you know, you allow yourself to have fun, but you don't actually partake in the activities. You allow yourself to be inspired. Maybe there's like an artist, maybe somebody's painting in one corner. So it's like there's a vibe of inspiration, of creativity, but that doesn't mean you're going to partake in all, and you're going to partake in the things that are going on. You know what I'm saying? So that's the kind of like energy that I'm picking up there. Like nothing, I don't really see anything like violently dangerous. I'm not feeling anything like that. Okay, Page of Cups. This is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. I got this feeling like, you know, like kind of like love is in the air. I'm getting this kind of a very, you know, a little bit of like a naivety, a naive, a little innocent, but also like kind of playful and flirtatious and, you know, like game playing, okay? Like a game playing, flirtatious kind of energy. You know, love is kind of freely floating around. There's a very kind of like flirty energy. There's a very, this could be like a New Year's Eve kind of thing. Remember, we are still in December, and this whole reading could be maybe like a New Year's Eve party that you're going to go to, and there could be a lot of flirtatious kind of energy, a lot of that innocent and playful and kind of like harmless kind of love, you know, like, oh, let's do a shot together, you know, something like that. And then we have the 10 of Cups, okay? So this is really much a celebratory kind of energy. I'm really starting to feel that there's a certain story going on over here for you Leos. And it's just like a good feeling. It's like a good time, having a good time kind of energy, okay? And the more I'm looking at this Dragon's Lair, the more I'm like, that totally makes sense. It's like a party, you know? It has to be a party. So the 10 of Cups is Mars in Pisces, okay? And Pisces, this is in your 8th house, okay, of sex, death, rebirth, you know. So something that can really like, you know, all these kind of joyous, good feelings and just kind of more like free-spirited. Neptune in Pisces is a little bit more of like a free spirit kind of energy. I really think a lot about the artist mentality when I think of Pisces. I think of writers and painters and artists, okay? Neptune is very much ruled with that in mind. Pisces is very much like a musician, an artist, or writer kind of energy. And with this water energy coming out, that's kind of like the vibe I'm getting, you know, like getting together with creative people, having a good time, celebrating the new year. You know, there's a new year ahead of us. Just, you know, something that brings people together, a sense of coming together, a sense of unifying, and just kind of enjoying everybody's, like each other's company. And Mars is a very creative energy as well. So this is Mars in Pisces. Okay, so moving along, we have 4 of Cups. This is Moon in Cancer. So you're probably just gonna have to like take some time, Leo. I do feel like you guys do like to take time to be alone a little bit, and you like to be around people, you love to be around people, but you also like your alone time. You like to reflect, you like to pull back, you don't like to get too attached to things, or at least not, you don't like to kind of just give all of yourself all at once. So there's a sense of kind of needing to take a break and rest. Maybe you're hungover, I don't know. But just kind of like getting your health and what is to come, what is to unfold in front of you, kind of back on track. Taking the time to just kind of maybe like detox from the weekend, or taking some time to just kind of come back to yourself and not talk to anybody and get back into those daily routines. Okay, and the moon in Cancer, yeah, that's in your 12th house. Okay, so Cancer is in your 12th house of isolation and spirituality. So just making sure that you're on track, making sure that you are on the path that you are meant to be on. Okay, so for the next card, we have the 9 of Swords. Okay, this is Mars in Gemini, and Gemini is in your 11th house of social dynamics, networking, and innovative ideas. So there's some anxiety here. Okay, there's some anxiety here that's kind of coming up a little bit out of nowhere. Now, I don't know, let's see here. So Mars is entering towards in your 10th house. So, there could be, some sudden like realization. You could have like a sudden realization about something in regards to your network or your work environment. There's some anxiety here, like a sense of like maybe not being able to sleep. Like there's a sense of overthinking, something that you're overthinking about. Let me pull more cards because, okay, 8 of Cups. This is Saturn in Pisces. Needing to walk away from something that's not fulfilling you emotionally. That's so weird. How did we go from Page of Cups, 10 of Cups, and then 4 of Cups? Oh my goodness. I'm so interested. 9 of Pentacles, Venus in Virgo. Virgo is your 2nd house of possessions, finances, and value. I'm kind of, to be honest with you, I'm getting a vibe like you kind of want to be in this party atmosphere. You want to be in this, like, let's just have fun. Life is fun. Let's just kind of like, I feel like that is where you want to be. And when you have to come back to real life, when you have to come back to just like the daily, mundane, everyday routines, the work, the school, or like whatever you have going on, it starts to like bring about anxiety, and you realize all these things you have to do. Maybe you ended up putting off some work because you wanted to have fun instead, or spend time with friends. And you feel like it's kind of setting you back, and you're realizing that you kind of have to like walk away from some people, or you have to make better choices, or you're realizing that you have to balance yourself out better, that you're real, that maybe this is not something to get caught in. So I can kind of see now how this dragon's lair and that like danger and that warning that came out was just kind of like, be careful, just kind of like be careful. Stay tuned in with yourself and what it is that you need for you. Okay, because with this, and to be honest, with this 9 of Pentacles, this is Venus in Virgo. and your success. Yeah, like there's something about these daily routines, this like whole like, you know, needing to be independent, needing to take care of yourself, and do things. There's a sense of loneliness here. There's a sense of like not really enjoying this path. There's this, you know, like you're not really enjoying this path. What brings you joy, what brings you happiness is being around people and being in happy atmospheres where everybody's having fun and enjoying life. And it's just kind of like you know, back to this. So there could be a little bit of just, you know, you might be going very deep into your psyche. You could be thinking a lot, especially because, especially with Pisces. So Pisces is a really tricky energy, okay? It's very, very tricky energy, and you really have to be careful with Pisces energy because Pisces energy has to do with escapism. Pisces energy has to do with addiction, and it's in your 8th house. Of the unconscious, you know, so there could be maybe like some deeper tendencies, like there's something deep inside you that enjoys that escapism, that enjoys getting deep into your psyche and kind of like going down those paths. But then when you like get out of it, you feel like, you know, everyday life is just boring. But there's a way to transcend that. There's a way to bring that creative energy into your life and channel it in a good way, in a way that's healthy for you, whether it's art or, you know, something that makes your soul feel enriched, something that makes your soul, that like feeds your soul, so you don't feel like so you feel like you're creating something that is making you happy, that's bringing energy into your environment, that's not just the typical energy that society has like forced upon you or something like that, okay? Because this energy is very much about like, I have to go to work and I just have to do this everyday stuff, but like you can change, you can bring about your own creative energy to make those daily activities and to make that part of your life more enjoyable. And it'll inspire you to keep going down whatever path it is that you're trying to go down. Okay. So this is your reading, Leo. Let me know if it helped or if you have any comments about anything. But this is your reading for January 2021. Happy ending of 2020. New year ahead, new age ahead. I hope you tune in for the mid-January 2021 video. I also posted a link in the description box below for a new series that I'm doing, Get to Know Me Through Astrology, where I tell you some personal stories and I talk about my natal chart just to kind of like help people who are getting started with astrology and want to learn how to read their own chart, you know. So check that out, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.